Do you not know that your own wonderful human imagination is God? That which you whisper within yourself, that silent conversation you carry from sunrise to sundown, is crafting the world in which you walk. Speak now as one who has already received. For 3 days, speak to yourself as though what you desire is already so, not as though it will be, not as though it might be, but as though it is. Do not wait for the evidence of the senses. They will lie to you. They will show you lack. They will echo yesterday's beliefs. They will parade shadows before your eyes and call it substance. But you, chosen one, must speak as one awakened from the sleep of doubt. Say to yourself, I am the one I have longed to become. All that I need flows to me now. I am already that which I seek. Let this inner conversation be your secret prayer, your sacred chant, your holy affirmation. The world is yourself pushed out. What you accept inwardly, the world must wear outwardly. For 3 days, refuse to entertain the old man, the former self who cried out in limitation. When fear arises, do not wrestle with it. Simply return to your inner speech and say, that is not my truth. I walk now in the fulfillment of all I desire. Talk to yourself as one who holds the power. Speak with authority, not to others, but to your own soul. For your soul is listening. It obeys the voice it hears most often, not the one from the lips, but the one within. Be not moved by appearances, for appearances are but the echo of what you once assumed. Begin anew. Assume a new inner tone. Speak joy even when sorrow lingers outside the door. Speak abundance even while the purse seems empty. For in 3 days of unwavering inner talk, a new pattern begins to crystallize in the invisible. And what is unseen today will be seen tomorrow. Pressed down and running over. Say it now in the stillness. I am chosen. I am guided. I am the source of all that I behold. And then, throughout the day, return again and again to this inner sanctuary. Talk to yourself not as one seeking, but as one who has already found. For the voice within you is the voice of creation. Speak, and it shall be so. You will find that the world bends to the tone of your inner voice, not the outer voice spoken aloud, but the silent declaration you repeat to yourself in the solitude of your mind. That voice, that tone, that assumption is the creative law. For 3 days, refuse to argue with facts, and instead converse with the truth that lives in your heart. Not the truth of the senses, but the truth of the imagination. In that sacred realm where all things are possible and all things are now. You are not here to react to the world, you are here to create it. Every time you say within yourself, I am, you are setting into motion a current of unseen energy that will in time harden into fact. So say it with awareness, say it with feeling. Say it until the walls of your inner mind ring with the echo of your assumption. Say, I am free, I am healed, I am prosperous, I am loved, I am chosen, I am whole. And then rest in the silence, knowing that the seed has been planted. Your inner speech is always planting. Whether it be the seed of joy or the seed of despair, it matters not to the law. The law gives to every man according to the imaginal act he accepts as true. So take up your power now and choose wisely what you say to yourself. For every idle word, every internal whisper is the molding force behind your future. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve both fear and faith. You must choose this day whom you will serve. And once chosen, you must be loyal to your assumption, as a bride is loyal to her beloved. Dare to believe that your word has power. Dare to believe that your inner conversations are the foundation of the world in which you walk. You will see in just 3 days, if you persist without wavering, a stirring in the depth of reality. Something will shift. Some letter will arrive, some phone will ring, some door will open. For the word you have spoken in the depths must be fulfilled. It cannot return void. It must accomplish that which you please and prosper in the thing whereto you send it. This is not a matter of willpower. It is not a game of striving. You are not to force yourself to believe. You are simply to assume. Assume and then allow. Speak within and then rest. Act as though it were impossible to fail. Talk to yourself with calm certainty, not begging, not pleading, but affirming with the ease of one who knows the outcome is assured. The more natural it feels to say, I am that, the quicker the outer will mirror the inner. Do not look to man for confirmation. Look only to the imaginal act. Man is but the vessel through which your inner speech flows into form. He has no power of himself. The world, the people, the events, they are the clay. You are the potter. So speak into your being the form you desire to see. If the outer contradicts it, turn away and speak again. I remember when I was searching, but now I live in the answer. That phrase alone is a mighty tool. Speak of your desire in the past tense, as though it has already come and gone. I remember when I struggled with that, how different life is now. These are words of mastery. There, let no one discourage you. Let no voice, however loud, shout down the whisper of your own inner knowing. It is not in the volume that power is found, but in the certainty. Even a gentle inner tone, repeated faithfully, will cause the mountains of resistance to crumble. Keep your focus inward. Let the world do what it may. It is not the master. It is the servant. Practice this sacred art. When you wake in the morning, before your feet touch the floor, speak to yourself from the end. Say, thank you that this day flows perfectly. Thank you that I am in the right place at the right time. Thank you that I am loved and supported, not because you see it yet, but because you have claimed it. Do not beg the world to give you proof. Speak it and it shall be. Say it and the heavens will move. At night, before you close your eyes, review the day as you would have wanted it to be. Rewrite the conversations, reshape the encounters, rehearse the triumph, for this too is speech. Imaginal speech, visioned conversation, and it creates just as surely as the spoken word. What you revise within yourself, the world will reflect. This is a secret few dare to test, but those who do find themselves walking in miracles. When you find your mind wandering to fear, gently but firmly bring it back. Speak again. I walk in peace. I dwell in abundance. I rest in knowing that all things are working for my good. Do not allow stray thoughts to build temples in your mind. Be the guardian of your inner world, for as within, so without. 3 days of loyalty to the inner word. That is all it takes to begin a change so profound the world will marvel. Even now, you are shaping your tomorrow. Even now the mold is being cast. So speak the words that align with your vision. Do not say, someday it will come. Say, it is done. I walk in it now. Feel the emotion of the wish fulfilled. Let your words carry the fragrance of fulfillment. Let your tones suggest completion, not desire. You are not calling something from afar. You are claiming what is already yours by divine right. Speak tenderly to yourself. Speak boldly. Speak with assurance, for your words are not empty. They are charged with the life force of creation. You are not the beggar at the gate. You are the heir of the kingdom. Talk to yourself like the beloved child of infinite intelligence. Say what you wish others would say to you. Speak the approval, the love, the encouragement. You need not wait for another to give it. Give it to yourself, and the world will follow. Do not gossip with your fears. Do not rehearse what you do not want. Your subconscious does not argue, it accepts. So give it only the seed you desire to grow. Say, everything is unfolding in my favor. I am guided by unseen hands. I am a magnet for all that is good and true and beautiful. Speak it while driving. Speak it while walking. Speak it in the silence of the night. For 3 days, be unrelenting in your devotion to the new word. This is the law and the promise, that if you abide in the assumption, if you dwell in the state of the fulfilled desire, then reality must conform. But you must not waver. The double-minded man receives nothing, for he speaks one thing and lives another. Be single in vision, single in speech. What you say to yourself, make it the dominant story. Let it ring louder in your soul than any fact on the outside. You are the operant power. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You create them, sustain them, dissolve them, and all by your inner talking. You have spoken yourself into your present life, and you can speak yourself into a new one. The power is not in the condition. The power is in your response. Speak not of the problem, speak from the solution. Speak not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. And, should doubt rise up, do not be alarmed, simply return to your word. Like a sailor steering by the stars, keep your eye on the inner vision. Keep repeating the phrase, keep walking in the tone, keep assuming the state. In time, the waves will still and the land will appear, for it is law, and the law cannot lie. Let the words I am be the key to your kingdom. Say it with reverence, say it with joy. Let every sentence that follows be a decree. I am wealthy. I am radiant. I am protected. I am aligned. These are not hopes, they are proclamations of truth. You are not speaking to change the world, you are speaking because you know it already has changed in the unseen. Do not measure the harvest by the hour. Do not look at the seed and demand the fruit. Speak and keep speaking. Believe and keep believing. For 3 days walk in this way. Let no word contradict the state you have claimed. And if you stumble, begin again. For every moment is a new beginning, and every word a fresh creation. You will come to see that this is the greatest secret ever kept. That reality is obedient to your voice. That your assumptions become flesh. That the world is a mirror, not a master. And when you talk to yourself like one who is already there, there you shall be. Continue now with the same devotion, and let your inner voice be the light that guides the way. For what you are saying to yourself is no small matter. It is the law in motion. You are casting the mold into which the substance of life must flow. What you repeat, what you dwell upon, what you feel to be true in the quiet chambers of your mind, that is what appears in the open. You have tried before, perhaps, but with divided attention. You have spoken the truth one moment and undone it with doubt the next. But now, for 3 days you will remain faithful, not because it pleases the world, but because it transforms your world. You will carry the tone of fulfillment through every corridor of your day. When fear knocks, you will not open the door. When the old voice rises up and says, "But it hasn't happened yet," you will answer with, "It has already happened in me, and that is enough." Let the inner speech be a sacred current running beneath all you do. As you stir your coffee, say, "Life is sweet to me." As you walk down the street, say, "I am aligned with divine flow." As you rest your head, say, "I sleep in peace, for I am kept in perfect harmony." These are not idle phrases. They are spells, incantations of power. They are the bridge from what is imagined to what is lived. Do not chase science. Do not chase evidence. That is not your work. Your work is the speech within. The rest must come. By law, it must respond. The outer is not your master. You do not need to convince others, explain yourself, or try to make things happen. Speak the word in secret, and your Father, which is your own imagination, will reward you openly. It does not matter who understands you. It only matters that you understand your own power. Do you not see? You have always been talking to yourself. But now you are choosing the words. Now you are directing the current. Now you are disciplining the tongue of the inner man. No longer will you say, "It's not working." No longer will you entertain stories of lack or delay. You will say only that which lifts, only that which fulfills. You will say, "It is done. I am that now." If you truly knew the power of your words, you would never speak against yourself again. You would never doubt again. You would never say, "I can't," or "It's too late." You would instead say, "I am becoming more each day. Everything is aligning in my favor." These phrases become the rhythm of your life. They shape your tone. They shape your posture. When you walk into a room, walk in as though you belong. When you speak to others, speak as one who knows the end is secure. Talk to yourself with a tone of certainty. That tone is everything. If you say the words but do not carry the feeling, you are like a cymbal with no sound. But if you say it with inner knowing, the universe bends to meet you. Let this speech rise in you like a song. Let it be your anthem in the morning and your lullaby at night. I am blessed beyond measure. I am chosen for greatness. I am the living proof of unseen power. Say it until your bones believe it. Say it until the words become flesh. And they will. It must. Your inner speech is not a technique. It is not something you use to get what you want. It is the very way of life. It is how you claim your identity. And identity precedes manifestation. You become the thing you assume. So assume the highest. Assume the noblest. Assume the most radiant version of yourself. And speak only from that place. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on you, waiting on your assumption, your decision, your word. The moment you speak from the end, creation begins to rearrange itself. Invisible hands go to work. The actors take their places. The scenery changes. All because you dared to say, "It is done." 3 days is all it takes. 3 days of consistent, faithful inner speech, not to convince the world, but to convince yourself. For the moment you are convinced, the world cannot help but reflect it. The mirror does not shape the face shapes the mirror. Your mind is the face, your world the mirror. Speak as the face, speak as the origin, speak as the source. And when you grow tired, rest, but do not undo your work. Even your rest can be powerful. Say, I rest knowing all is well. I sleep in the arms of my fulfillment. Let every word be a seed planted in good soil. Let every phrase be rich with life. And should weeds arise, the doubts, the fears, the memories of lack, simply replace them. Uproot them with new words. Do not water them. Do not argue with them. Just replace them. Again and again, until only the true voice remains. For you are not a victim of memory. You are the author of imagination, and imagination creates reality. You are not bound by what was. You are free in what is and what will be. And all of it begins in speech. Silent, holy, inner speech. Do you feel it now? That quiet authority rising in you? That knowing that you are not here to suffer, not here to wish, but here to create. The kingdom is within you, and your word is the scepter by which you rule. No more idle talking, no more rehearsing the past, no more preparing for failure. From this moment, you speak only as the one who has. You speak only from the mountain, not the valley. Let your speech be clean, let it be radiant, let it be full of life, and let it never contradict your assumption. For the speech of the inner man is the covenant. It is the sacred bond between the seen and the unseen. When you say, I am, heaven listens. When you say, it is done, angels move. When you say, I have it now, the whole creation begins to reflect that claim. So speak with reverence, speak with joy, speak with the ease of one who knows the treasure is already his. And as you do, the air around you begins to change. People respond differently. Doors open, events unfold, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. The word became flesh because you first gave it form. And should you falter, do not fall into condemnation, simply begin again. The mercies of creation are new every morning. Return to your word, speak again the truth. Let every moment be a turning point. You need not wait for the calendar to shift. Your change begins now. With the next phrase you repeat to yourself. You may not yet see the full harvest, but the seed is alive, it is working, even in silence. Trust that. Trust the invisible. Speak into it as though it were soil, rich, fertile, faithful. The word you plant shall not be barren. It must bear fruit. It must take form. It's about 3 days, and then 3 more, and then again. Let your inner speech be sacred. Let it be deliberate. Let it be drenched in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Speak the words as though they were precious stones. Speak as though each phrase is a step on holy ground, because it is. You are shaping eternity with every syllable you dare to believe. And this power is yours. It has always been yours. From the moment you said, I am, you claimed it. Now let it speak through you. Let it live through you. Let it write the story of your life, not by chance, not by fate, but by the conscious, repeated, faithful use of the inner world. For 3 days do this, and behold the beginning of your new world. And as you continue in this holy practice, something in you will shift, not with noise or spectacle, but quietly, like the turning of a page. You will feel it before you see it, a new confidence, a new ease, a strange and beautiful calm rising within. It will not matter that nothing outside has changed, because something within has. And that is where the real power lies. When the inner man walks in certainty, the outer world must eventually conform. It's not optional, it is law. You will begin to notice that people speak differently to you. Situations once filled with resistance now move with fluidity. The delays dissolve, the heaviness lifts, and the once distant dream draws near. Why? Because you stop talking like one who lacks. You stop murmuring doubt and fear. You began to speak as the one who has. And the one who has is always met with more. Let no one deceive you into believing that this power is reserved for a few. It is yours as surely as you are breathing now. It is not for the clever, the educated, or the strong. It is for the one who dares to believe, the one who dares to say, even while everything screams the opposite, I am already it. That one will walk through doors others cannot even see. Speak to yourself now as though you have already arrived. Speak as though you were writing a letter from the other side of the breakthrough. Say, I remember when I used to wait, and now I simply receive. I remember the tension, but now all is flowing. It came easier than I ever thought possible. Everything aligned, and I hardly had to lift a finger. Say this not with strain, but with peace. Let it feel like a memory. Let it carry the softness of something you've already lived. And if the old voice returns, the one that says you're being unrealistic, the one that points to facts and evidence, smile at it gently. Do not resist it, do not fight it. Simply speak again the truth you've chosen. Your new inner speech is not for convincing the world. It is for conditioning the mind. The facts are not final. The truth is within, and what is within, when persistently spoken, becomes the facts of tomorrow. Keep your mind in the state of fulfillment, not just in words, but in feeling. Feel the ease, the satisfaction, the quiet joy that comes when the desire has been fulfilled. And then speak from that place. Of course it's done. I've seen it, I've felt it, I walk in it now. This is not pretense. This is the most sincere act you can perform. For nothing is more sincere than believing in the unseen more than the seen. This power in you is ancient. It is the original voice, the voice that said, let there be light, and there was light. You have inherited that voice. You have been entrusted with it. You carry it with every I am you utter. So say only what you wish to live. Refuse to speak against yourself again. Refuse to declare things as hard or distant or impossible. Instead say, it's unfolding perfectly. The way is clear. I am already there in consciousness. And what you are in consciousness, you will be in form. It must be. The law is always at work, whether you observe it or not. But when you observe it, when you engage with it consciously, you become the master. You become the cause. And the world becomes your echo. You do not need to know how it will happen. That is not your concern. The bridge of incidents is not your creation. Your role is to assume the end and to stay faithful to that end with your inner word. The means will present themselves, sometimes so naturally that you will forget you ever spoke the desire aloud. But in quiet moments you will remember. You will remember that you planted the seed and now you eat the fruit. So walk through your days with this knowing. Carry yourself differently. Sit with more peace. Move with more trust. Let your internal dialogue reflect the dignity of one who knows all things are already theirs. Not someday, not after the struggle, now, in this very moment of acceptance. For the moment you claim it inwardly, the world begins to move. It may be invisible at first, but the movement has begun. This speech, this inner liturgy becomes the backbone of your reality. You will find that you no longer react to outer events with panic. You will speak even in the midst of chaos, all is well with me. This too is passing through on its way to my highest good. And by speaking that, you calm the storm. You anchor yourself in the unseen. You become unshakable. What you say to yourself when no one is listening is the most sacred speech of all. It is the conversation of creation. It is the temple where worlds are born. Guard it. Tend it. Nurture it with love and repetition. Say what you want to be true, and say it until it is the only voice that lives within you. And remember, even when you do not see results right away, you are not failing, you are becoming, you are aligning, you are strengthening the new reality with each phrase, each repetition, each moment of loyal silence in the face of the old. Nothing is wasted. Every declaration counts. Every assumption has weight. You are sculpting the unseen with every syllable you breathe into being. So continue. Continue when it feels dry. Continue when it feels empty. Continue when the world says nothing is changing, because the greatest changes begin in silence. They begin in stillness. And then, like the slow breaking of dawn, the light appears. Your world becomes your world. Your assumption becomes your experience. Your inner voice becomes the voice of creation itself. You will wake one day and realize you have become what you spoke, that the life you once imagined has become the ground you now walk upon, that the tone of victory you carried in silence now rings aloud in every area of your life. And all of it began when you dared to talk to yourself, like this. So now, having spoken the word, keep it alive. Let no outer circumstance pull you from the truth you have claimed within. Walk on in the confidence that your inner speech is the seed, the way, and the fulfillment. 3 days of faithful assumption, of speaking only from the end, will set in motion more than years of effort without belief. Let this be your sacred discipline, to speak to yourself as one already in possession, already free, already transformed. And as you continue, not just for 3 days, but for life, you will come to know, through personal experience, that the inner word is the one true cause, and all things must follow it. Imagine for a moment that you have already received what you desire. Feel the weight of it in your hands, the joy it brings to your heart. You must, above all else, know that what you seek is already yours, waiting for you to recognize it. To manifest vast sums of money in 2 days or less is not a matter of mere wishful thinking, but a deep, knowing truth that all things are created within you. The moment you assume the state of having what you want, you become that state. Understand then that the key to manifesting any desire lies not in the external world, but in the power of your inner world. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and the assumptions you carry about yourself and your reality shape everything around you. You are not waiting for the world to change. The world is waiting for you to change. And the change begins in the most subtle of ways, the thoughts you entertain. If you wish to see large sums of money flow into your life, begin by seeing yourself as already in possession of it. Do not entertain the thought that you lack what you desire. Money is energy, and energy flows freely to those who claim it, to those who no longer doubt their ability to receive. It is a natural law that what you believe to be true about yourself will manifest outwardly. If you see yourself as prosperous, if you assume that you are deserving of abundance, then it must come. Close your eyes and picture yourself in possession of the wealth you desire. Feel it in your hands. Hear the sound of the bills. See the numbers in your bank account. Imagine the freedom it gives you, the ease with which you now live. This is not fantasy. This is the beginning of your reality. Hold that vision with faith, knowing that as you persist in this state of belief, the outer world must align to match it. You must be steadfast in your assumption. Do not allow doubt to creep in. If in a moment the thought arises that it is impossible, or that it will take longer than you desire, dismiss it instantly. Know that what you assume is already true, and so it must be. Your external circumstances will bend and shift in accordance with your inner convictions. Time is an illusion. The moment you claim what you desire, it has already manifested. The only thing left is for you to witness it coming into form. You do not need to know the how, the why, or the when. You only need to trust in the power of your assumption and remain faithful to it. When you embody the state of already having what you desire, you will find that the events, the people, the opportunities necessary to bring your manifestation into physical form will be drawn to you effortlessly. There is no limit to the speed at which you can manifest. Your assumptions can move mountains in a heartbeat if you are willing to believe that it is so. Trust in the process, trust in the power within you, and know that the money you seek is already flowing into your life. You are a magnet for wealth, drawing it to you with every thought you hold of having it. Remember, the key is not to beg or plead for what you want, but to claim it as your birthright. See yourself as the person who already has all that you desire, and watch as the world reflects this back to you. In 2 days or less, you will see that the universe is already aligning to bring you the wealth you have so confidently assumed is yours. The truth of the matter is that you are not separate from the abundance of the universe. There is no lack in the world unless you choose to perceive it as such. Money, wealth, success, These are not distant, unattainable things that exist outside of you. They are qualities of the self, reflections of your own thoughts and beliefs. What you desire exists, not somewhere in the future or in some distant place, but right now in the present moment. It is already available to you because it is part of your true essence. You may ask yourself, how can this be so? How can wealth simply come to me in 2 days or less? The answer is simple, because you are the creator of your reality. What you believe, what you assume to be true, must be reflected in your world. Your outer reality is nothing but a mirror of your inner world, and if your inner world is filled with the assumption that wealth is your natural state, then the mirror must reflect it back to you in tangible form. It is critical to understand that the process of manifestation does not require effort in the traditional sense. You do not need to struggle, chase, or beg for what is yours by divine right. You do not need to work yourself to the bone, hoping that one day the universe will bless you with abundance. What is required of you is the willingness to believe that you already have what you desire. You must not only think the thought of wealth, but feel the reality of it. You must know, in the deepest parts of your being, that the wealth you seek is already here. Your thoughts are creative forces, powerful enough to shape your reality with the same certainty as a sculptor shapes a block of marble. When you are aligned with the thought that money flows effortlessly to you, the universe cannot help but respond in kind. When you assume the state of already having what you desire, you are tapping into a universal law that responds directly to your inner state of being. You do not need to manipulate the outside world. Instead, you must learn to master your inner world. For it is only through this mastery that the external world will shift to match your assumptions. It is not enough to simply desire wealth. You must embody it. You must think as the wealthy think, feel as the wealthy feel, and act as the wealthy act. The feelings of abundance, success, and prosperity must become your natural state. You must begin each day in the awareness that you are already a wealthy person. Living a life of ease and comfort, this is the secret to rapid manifestation. Living as though your desire is already fulfilled. There is no room for doubt in this process. Doubt is the enemy of creation. The moment you doubt the possibility of your manifestation, you disconnect from your power. Doubt is the belief that something outside of you holds more power than your own thoughts and assumptions. But in truth, nothing in the external world can ever alter the power of your inner conviction. You are the master of your reality, and when you act from this understanding, you will see how quickly the world begins to reflect your assumptions. It is essential that you do not let your mind waver. In moments when doubt or fear tries to creep in, you must reaffirm your belief. You must speak to yourself as if the manifestation is already here. Every thought you entertain must align with the belief that your desire is fulfilled. If you hold to this state with unwavering faith, the universe will deliver the circumstances, people, and opportunities necessary to bring your desire to fruition. Time, as we understand it, is not an obstacle in the process of manifestation. Time is an illusion, a construct of the mind. When you assume the state of already having what you desire, you align with the present moment. In this state, time no longer holds any sway over you. It is not a question of whether you will receive the money in 2 days or 2 years. It is a question of whether you believe that it is already yours, that it is already here. The moment you accept this, time becomes irrelevant. There is no need to plan every detail of how your manifestation will unfold. You do not need to figure out the logistics or worry about how things will come together. This is not your concern. Your only concern is to remain faithful to your assumption and to allow the universe to reveal the path to you. As you persist in your assumption, opportunities will present themselves and doors will open in ways you could not have anticipated. It is not for you to know the how or the when. Your only responsibility is to remain in the belief that it is already done. Money, as it exists in the physical world, is but a form of energy. It flows freely through the universe, and it is meant to flow freely to you. The belief that money is scarce, that there is not enough to go around is a limiting belief that keeps many from experiencing the fullness of abundance. But when you adopt the understanding that money is simply energy, circulating in a natural rhythm, you will no longer feel the need to chase it. Instead, you will allow it to flow to you effortlessly, in perfect harmony with the abundance of the universe. The key is to feel worthy of this flow. Many people block the flow of money into their lives because they do not feel deserving of it. They believe that they must work harder, struggle more, or prove themselves worthy before they can receive abundance. But this is a misconception. You are worthy of wealth by virtue of your existence. You do not need to earn it. You only need to allow it. When you align with the feeling of worthiness, you open the floodgates of abundance, and money will flow to you with ease. The moment you take on the assumption that money is already flowing to you, you begin to act in ways that are aligned with this assumption. You will find yourself making decisions that reflect your new state of abundance. You will begin to notice opportunities that you may have missed before. You will feel more confident, more empowered, more capable of taking the steps needed to bring your desires into reality. This is how the law of assumption works. It shapes not only your outer reality, but your inner thoughts and feelings as well. As you embody the state of already having what you desire, you will naturally begin to think and act in ways that bring you closer to your goal. You must also be willing to detach from the outcome. This may seem counterintuitive, but it is crucial. When you are too attached to the outcome, when you are too focused on the specific way in which your desire will come to you, you limit the universe's ability to deliver. The universe may have a better, faster, or more surprising way of bringing your desire to you than you could ever imagine. Trust that the manifestation is already in motion and allow it to unfold in the perfect way. It is not your job to figure out the how. Your job is to stay focused on the feeling of already having what you desire. The moment you let go of the need to control the outcome, you allow space for the universe to work its magic. The money you desire is already on its way, and it will arrive in the most perfect and miraculous way, as long as you remain true to your assumption and allow it to come. Your thoughts are not just fleeting things. They are powerful forces capable of shaping your reality. Every thought you hold in your mind, every assumption you make, becomes a seed that grows and bears fruit. If you want to manifest large sums of money, you must plant the seed of abundance in your mind and nurture it with the belief that it is already done. The more you persist in this belief, the quicker the manifestation will appear. And when you see the first signs of it, when you begin to notice the opportunities and circumstances that align with your desire, you must feel gratitude, for gratitude is the key that unlocks the flow of abundance. You must understand that you are the creator of your reality, and there is no limit to the abundance that is available to you. When you align yourself with the belief that you are deserving of wealth, when you assume the state of already having it, the universe will respond in kind. Your reality will shift to match your assumption, and in 2 days or less, you will witness the manifestation of your desire in the physical world. The key is to remain faithful to your belief, to trust in your own power, and to know that what you seek is already on its way. The universe is abundant, and so are you. The greatest truth you must internalize is that you are not merely a passive observer of your life. You are the creator, the architect of your own destiny. All that exists in your world is a reflection of your inner world. The circumstances of your life, including your financial reality, are shaped by the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you hold about yourself and the world around you. If you find yourself in a place of lack or limitation, it is simply because you have unconsciously held on to beliefs that support that state. But you have the power to change all of this, to transform your reality in a way that defies logic and expectation. If you are ready to manifest vast sums of money in a short time, whether it's 2 days or less, then you must first accept this profound truth. Wealth, just like any other desire, is not something you must chase or work hard to attain. It is already yours. Money is simply an energy, a form of exchange that is flowing all around you. The key is to open yourself up to this flow, to become a vessel through which wealth moves effortlessly. It begins with your awareness, with the realization that money is as abundant as the air you breathe. When you look at your current financial state and see lack or insufficiency, you must not be fooled into thinking that this is your reality. It is only a reflection of past beliefs and assumptions, and those can be changed instantly. In fact, you can begin changing them right now. The first step is to stop identifying with your current state and recognize that it is temporary, just a fleeting reflection of thoughts you have allowed to dominate your mind. The future is not locked into place. Your financial reality is fluid, ready to be molded by your beliefs and assumptions. You might wonder, how can I change my circumstances so quickly? The answer lies in the power of assumption. When you assume the feeling of already having what you desire, the universe must respond. This is the law of assumption. It states that whatever you assume to be true will become true in your life. The trick is to assume with full faith and conviction that you are already wealthy. Assume that the money you desire is already on its way. Assume that you already have it, that you are already living the life of abundance that you seek. This assumption is not a one-time thought. It is a persistent belief that you must hold throughout the day, regardless of what the outer world may be showing you. You cannot look at your bank account, at your bills, or at your current financial situation and allow those external circumstances to dictate your beliefs. If you do, you will simply continue to experience the same conditions. Instead, you must look beyond the present moment and assume that your desire is already fulfilled. See yourself as already rich. Feel the joy and freedom of abundance. Feel the weight of your wealth, the ease with which you move through life. When you take on the assumption that you are already wealthy, you are aligning your inner state with your desire, and the outer world must follow. You do not need to know how it will come. The how is not your concern. Your only task is to stay aligned with the feeling of having. When you assume the state of already being wealthy, opportunities will begin to present themselves in the most unexpected ways. People will come into your life, ideas will arise, and situations will unfold that are in perfect alignment with your new state of being. But remember, your only responsibility is to persist in your assumption. Doubt is the greatest enemy of manifestation. Doubt will weaken the power of your assumption and delay your results. If you begin to question how or when your desire will manifest, you are essentially telling the universe that you do not believe it is already yours. Doubt is the opposite of faith, and faith is the power that moves mountains. If you want to manifest money quickly, you must have unwavering faith in the power of your assumption. Know that your desire is already fulfilled. When you feel doubt creeping in, you must affirm your belief. Speak to yourself as if the manifestation has already occurred. I am wealthy, money flows effortlessly to me. I am deserving of all the abundance that the universe has to offer. These affirmations are not mere words, they are declarations of truth. By repeating them with conviction, you strengthen the assumption that wealth is already yours. This is how you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind, which is the creative force behind your external reality. As you persist in your assumption, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your outer world. These changes may seem small at first, a phone call, an unexpected opportunity, a new idea, but they are signs that your manifestation is on its way. Do not dismiss these signs as coincidences. They are the universe responding to your assumption, arranging things in your favor. Trust in these signs and follow them. They are the breadcrumb trail leading you to your desired outcome. But the most important part of this process is to remain in a state of gratitude. Gratitude is the magnetic force that draws your desires closer to you. When you express gratitude for what you already have, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude amplifies the energy of abundance, and it shifts your vibration into alignment with your desire. As you practice gratitude for your wealth, even before it has appeared in physical form, you increase the speed at which it manifests. Gratitude must become a daily practice. Every morning upon waking, affirm your gratitude for the money that is already flowing into your life. Throughout the day, continue to acknowledge the blessings you already have, no matter how small. The more you focus on what you have, the more you will attract. This is the law of attraction in action. The more you focus on wealth, the more wealth you will see appearing in your life. In addition to gratitude, you must begin to act as if. Act as though you are already living the life you desire. Take steps that reflect the assumption that you are already wealthy. You do not need to make grand gestures, but simply begin to make choices from a place of abundance. If you desire more money, start by spending money in small but meaningful ways. Treat yourself with kindness, honor your worth, and allow yourself the freedom to enjoy life. The more you embody the state of having, the more the universe will respond by delivering the physical manifestation of that state. Another powerful tool in manifesting wealth is visualization. Take time each day to visualize yourself in your ideal financial reality. Close your eyes and see yourself already living the life you desire. Imagine the exact amount of money you want, see it in your bank account, feel the joy of being financially free. As you visualize, bring all of your senses into play, feel the textures, hear the sounds, and experience the emotions of your fulfilled desire. This is not daydreaming, this is conscious creation. When you visualize in this way, you are training your mind to accept the reality of wealth, and your mind will begin to draw the circumstances into your life that align with this new belief. And remember, when you are visualizing, do not focus on the how. It is not your job to figure out how the money will come to you. It is your job to hold the belief that it is already yours. The universe will take care of the rest. The more you focus on the feeling of already having, the faster the manifestation will come. Do not waste time worrying about the logistics. Let go of the need to control the process and trust that everything is unfolding perfect. Manifesting money is not about forcing the universe to comply with your desires. It is about aligning yourself with the energy of abundance and trusting that it will naturally flow to you. The moment you release resistance and allow yourself to believe that wealth is your birthright, the universe begins to respond. Wealth is not something you need to chase. It is something you need to allow. You must also understand that money, like all things, is neutral. It does not judge you, nor does it discriminate. Money will flow to you based on the beliefs you hold about yourself and your worth. If you see money as something difficult to obtain, as something that only certain people deserve, you will continue to repel it from your life, and that you can expand whatever comes to you freely available. But when you see money as an energy that is freely available to everyone, when you believe that you are deserving of all the riches the universe has to offer, you will find that money comes to you effortlessly. In this way, your desire for wealth is not separate from you, it is an extension of your own being. And when you recognize this, you will stop viewing wealth as something outside of yourself, something to be earned through hard work or struggle. Instead, you will begin to see wealth as a reflection of your own inner power and divine right. Money flows to you because it is part of your natural state of being, and when you align with this truth, you will witness the rapid manifestation of your desires. This is the power of assumption. When you assume the state of already having what you desire, the universe must comply. It is a law as unchanging as gravity. The moment you claim your wealth, it begins to flow into your life. In conclusion, the ability to manifest vast sums of money in a short period of time is not bound by the constraints of time, effort, or struggle. It is rooted in the power of your inner world, in the assumption that what you desire is already yours. The key to unlocking this power lies in your ability to shift your consciousness, to move from a state of lack to a state of abundance, and to trust that the universe will reflect your inner beliefs in tangible form. When you assume the feeling of already having what you desire, the outer world must respond. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are bringing it into existence by holding the belief that it is already done. The moment you step into this assumption with unwavering faith, you begin to align yourself with the infinite flow of abundance that is already available to you. The law of assumption guarantees that your internal state will manifest in your external reality, regardless of the current circumstances. It is not the details of how your manifestation will unfold that matter, but the deep conviction that it is already yours. The universe works in perfect harmony with your assumptions. When you hold steadfast to the belief that you are already wealthy, the events, people, and opportunities required to bring that wealth into physical form will unfold effortlessly. Your job is to trust in the process, to remain in the feeling of having, and to know that all is unfolding in divine timing. Doubt and fear will naturally arise along the way, but they must be swiftly dismissed. These are the forces that seek to undermine your faith and keep you locked in a state of lack. But when you recognize that your assumptions shape your reality, you will understand that doubt is simply a reflection of past beliefs that no longer serve you. You must replace doubt with unwavering faith in your ability to create the life you desire. Gratitude, too, plays a vital role in accelerating your manifestation. When you express gratitude for what you already have, you increase your vibrational frequency, aligning yourself with the flow of abundance. Gratitude is not merely a response to what is already in your life. It is the recognition that all things, including money, are part of the same infinite source that flows through you. The more grateful you are, the more you will attract. Your financial reality is a reflection of your consciousness, and as you change your inner assumptions, your outer reality must shift accordingly. The manifestation of wealth is not a matter of waiting for the right conditions or circumstances to appear. It is a matter of embodying the state of already having, of living as though your desires are already fulfilled. When you do this with unwavering faith, you will witness the universe aligning to bring you the wealth you seek in ways you could never have predicted. Remember, wealth is not something you chase, it is something you allow. The moment you stop chasing and start assuming, wealth flows to you effortlessly. Trust in your own power, trust in the law of assumption, and know that your desires are already on their way. The universe is abundant, and so are you. You have the power to manifest any amount of money in any amount of time, and it all begins with the assumption that it is already yours. To manifest multiple things at once, you must first understand the truth that everything exists within you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, these are the keys to unlocking all that you desire. You are not chasing after things in the world. The world reflects what is already in your consciousness. So to manifest anything and everything at once, you must first begin by mastering your inner state. Your inner world must be in perfect harmony with what you wish to bring into your experience. That's not about focusing all your energy on one single thing. No, it's about feeling the fullness of your desires as if they're already yours. Imagine them already fulfilled. Let the feeling of the desired outcomes overflow within you, and allow yourself to embody the state of having it all. You are the creator of your reality. The moment you fully believe that your desires are already yours, the universe has no choice but to conform to your inner conviction. The first step is simple. Feel the reality of your desires. Feel them now in the present moment. When you see something in your mind's eye, do not wait for it to come to pass in the physical world. Feel it deeply as though it is happening right now. Whether it's wealth, health, love, success, whatever it may be, embody it. As you fully experience the feeling of these desires in your consciousness, they take form in the external world. Now, here is the secret to manifesting multiple things. Don't limit yourself by thinking you can only focus on one thing at a time. Your mind is vast. The universe is limitless. You can hold multiple desires within you, each one growing and flourishing, as long as you do not question the possibility of their simultaneous existence. Let your consciousness expand to encompass all that you wish to manifest. You are not bound by time or space. Everything exists within you, and all that you need to do is claim it as already yours. The power lies in your belief, in your assumption. You must assume the feeling of having all things as though they are already present. Your mind cannot discern between what is real and what is imagined. Therefore, if you feel the reality of your desires with the same intensity as you feel your present reality, they must manifest. It is not a matter of focusing on one thing at a time. It is a matter of recognizing that your inner world is the creator of your outer world. When you dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you align yourself with the infinite possibilities that await you. Your consciousness, having expanded to include multiple desires, will draw them to you effortlessly. The key is to trust in the process and in the infinite power of your own mind. You do not need to know how, when, or where it will happen. Your job is to believe, to feel, to know that it already is. You can have it all, and you can have it all now. Your mind is capable of manifesting multiple desires at once because it is not limited by time. Time is merely a reflection of your own beliefs. So as you change your beliefs about what is possible, the world around you must shift to accommodate those new beliefs. The process is not about striving or struggling. It is about assuming the state of already having and allowing the world to reflect that assumption. Feel the reality of all your desires now. See them, feel them, experience them. Your mind is the gateway to all that you seek. Once you realize the infinite potential within you, you will no longer be confined by limitations or time. You can manifest anything at any moment because you are the creator of your reality. And when you assume the feeling of having it all, you will find that the universe in its infinite intelligence will bring it all to you with effortless grace. You must understand that you are not at the mercy of circumstances, nor are you a passive observer in the world. You are the creator, the designer, the architect of your reality. The world reflects the beliefs you hold, the assumptions you make, and the feelings you embody. Every single thing in your life, from your relationships to your finances, your health to your career, is born out of your thoughts and emotions. And because you are the creator of your life, you have the power to manifest not just one thing, but everything that your heart desires. The idea that you must manifest one thing at a time is a limitation you have placed upon yourself. You are infinitely capable of manifesting multiple desires simultaneously, as long as you align your consciousness with the fullness of your wishes. To manifest multiple desires at once, you must first release the belief that anything is too big or too small to manifest. You must release the idea that the world is a limited place, where only one thing can happen at a time. The world is not a place of limitation. It is a place of infinite possibilities, and these possibilities exist within you. When you change the way you think about the world, you change the world itself. You change the laws of time and space. You change your very reality. You begin to operate from a place of knowing that everything is possible, that there are no boundaries, no walls, no limits. The only limit that exists is the one you place upon yourself. And when you remove those limits, you open the door to infinite potential. When you begin to shift your consciousness to the understanding that your desires are already fulfilled, you will notice that time, space, and effort become irrelevant. It is not about how or when things will unfold. It is about knowing that everything exists in the present moment. Your mind is not limited by time. Your desires are not constrained by the ticking of the clock. The truth is that the moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it is already done. There is no separation between what you desire and what you already have, because in the realm of consciousness, everything is now. The past, the present, and the future are all contained within your awareness. There is no waiting for anything to manifest. You do not need to wait for the world to catch up to your desires. You simply need to embody the state of having what you wish for right now. Here. And this is where the true power of manifesting multiple things at once lies. You do not need to divide your energy or your attention into separate tasks. You do not need to focus solely on one desire while neglecting the others. You simply need to embrace the fullness of your desires and allow them to coexist within your consciousness. You must step into the feeling of already having everything. The key is not in narrowing your focus, but in expanding your awareness. When you embrace the idea that you can have it all and that it is already yours, you are opening the floodgates to a life of unlimited possibilities. In this state of expanded consciousness, there is no contradiction between desires. There is no conflict between them. Your mind is capable of holding multiple realities at once, as long as you align yourself with the feeling of already having them. Whether it is financial abundance, loving relationships, physical health, career success, or spiritual growth, Each one can coexist harmoniously within your awareness. The universe is not separate from you. It is a reflection of you. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you draw everything you desire into your experience. There is no need to prioritize one wish over another, for all things are connected in the web of consciousness. Now remember that your feelings are the driving force behind your manifestations. Thoughts alone do not create your reality. It is the feeling behind those thoughts that brings them into being. The mind can think of many things, but it is the feeling state that activates the creative power within you. When you feel the reality of your desires as if they are already yours, you are activating the creative force that brings them into your life. This is why it is essential to feel the reality of all your desires at once. You must embody the feeling of already having everything, not just one thing, but everything that you desire. And when you do, you will find that the universe responds accordingly, bringing your desires into your experience in a way that is beyond your imagination. Many people mistakenly believe that they must sacrifice one thing for another. They believe that if they focus on their career, they must neglect their relationships, or if they focus on their health, they must sacrifice their financial abundance. But this belief is born out of limitation. It is the belief that you must struggle or work hard for what you want. The truth is that your desires are not in competition with each other. They are all part of the same creative force. When you align with the feeling of already having everything, the universe will bring everything into your experience effortlessly and in perfect harmony. You may also find that as you begin to manifest multiple desires at once, the physical world will reflect the changes in your consciousness. People and circumstances will begin to align with your desires, opportunities will appear, resources will flow to you. You will find that things begin to fall into place in ways you never thought possible. And this is the beauty of living from a place of knowing that all things are possible. When you align your consciousness with the fullness of your desires, the universe will rearrange itself to bring those desires into your life. The key to manifesting multiple things at once is to recognize that your desires are not separate from each other. They are all expressions of your true nature, which is limitless, abundant, and free. You do not have to choose between your desires. You do not have to limit yourself to one. When you embrace the fullness of your desires and live as if they are already fulfilled, you are tapping into the infinite power of your own consciousness. You are becoming the creator of your reality, and in doing so, you are bringing all that you desire into being. It is important to remember that manifestation is not about effort. It is not about pushing or striving. It is about aligning with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You do not need to work hard to bring your desires into being. All you need to do is believe in the reality of your desires and allow them to unfold naturally. When you align with the feeling of already having everything, everything will come to you with effortless grace. You are the creator of your reality, and the world will reflect your inner state. The process of manifesting multiple things at once is a natural extension of your true self. You are limitless, and your desires are a reflection of that limitless nature. When you step into the awareness of your own infinite potential, you will no longer see your desires as separate or competing. You will see them as part of the same beautiful, flowing stream of abundance that is always available to you. Your desires are not outside of you. They are already within you, waiting to be realized. And so, as you move forward on your journey of manifestation, remember this truth. You are the creator of your reality, and you are capable of manifesting anything and everything at once. There are no limits to what you can create. Your desires are not separate. They are all part of the same infinite flow of consciousness. When you align with the feeling of having it all, you will find that the universe responds to you with infinite abundance and grace. Your desires are already fulfilled in the realm of consciousness, and as you continue to embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will see those desires unfold in your life with effortless ease. You must begin to understand that your desires are not obstacles or challenges to overcome. They are not things to be achieved through sheer effort and struggle. The moment you begin to think of your desires as separate from you, as something you must strive for or compete with, you place a barrier between yourself and the fulfillment of those desires. In truth, there is no gap between you and the manifestation of your desires. There is no separation between your thoughts and the reality you seek to create. The desires you hold in your heart, whether they are for wealth, love, health, success, or anything else, are simply reflections of your inner state. You must learn to see them as already fulfilled. The more you embody the feeling of having your desires now, the quicker they will come to you. But understand this, it is not about wishing for them, hoping for them, or asking for them. It is about knowing that they are already here, in this very moment, in your consciousness. You do not need to ask for what is already yours. The very act of asking implies that you believe it is not yet yours, that you are lacking it. This belief is what creates the delay in your manifestation. The key is to feel that you are already in possession of everything you desire, because in the world of consciousness, everything exists now. The moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it must unfold in your world. Your mind is a powerful instrument, capable of creating limitless realities. If you can see something in your mind's eye, if you can feel it in your heart, then it already exists in the realm of consciousness. The only thing standing between you and the physical manifestation of that desire is your own belief in its reality. You must embody the feeling of having it already. This is the secret. It is not a matter of one thing at a time or one focus at a time. Your mind can hold the awareness of multiple desires, each one just as real as the other, as long as you feel the reality of each desire in your heart. When you begin to feel the truth of your desires, to believe that they are already fulfilled, you no longer need to focus on one thing or another. You no longer need to worry about prioritizing. Your desires are not limited by time or space. Time, in truth, is a reflection of your consciousness. If you can see the entire picture in your mind's eye, your health, your wealth, your relationships, your success, then it is already yours. The only reason you would need to prioritize is if you have placed the belief that some desires are more important than others. And in doing so, you place a limitation on your own potential. To manifest everything at once, you must be willing to release the idea that there is any hierarchy of importance. All things are equally available to you because all things come from the same source, your consciousness. Your consciousness is the infinite creative power that shapes your reality. And as you expand your awareness to include the fullness of your desires, you will find that the universe rearranges itself to bring them all to you. You must trust in this process. You must trust in your own power. And many people are afraid of their own power. They fear that if they claim too much, if they ask for too much, they will somehow be overstepping their bounds. But this is an illusion. You cannot overstep your bounds because there are no bounds. You are infinite. The power to manifest anything at any time exists within you. When you limit yourself, you are creating a prison for yourself. You are saying to the universe, I can have only this much. But in truth, there is no only this much. There is an abundance of everything available to you. The moment you open your heart and mind to the possibility of having it all, you align yourself with the infinite flow of abundance that is always present. The universe responds to this expanded consciousness, and all that you desire begins to manifest effortlessly. It is important to remember that your desires do not compete with each other. There is no competition in the universe. There is no need to divide your attention or your energy. The moment you believe that something is too much, that it is too hard to manifest, you create resistance. Resistance is what slows down the manifestation process. The more you resist, the longer it will take for your desires to appear in the physical world. This is why it is so essential to embody the feeling of having it all now. When you feel that you already have everything, the universe has no choice but to bring it all to you. Right? This does not mean that everything will show up all at once in the physical world. What it means is that once you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the process begins. The manifestation may appear gradually or it may appear suddenly. It does not matter how it appears, only that it will appear. And when it does, you will see that everything has unfolded perfectly. Your desires will begin to line up with the outer world in a way that feels effortless and natural. You will look around and realize that everything you have ever wanted is now a part of your reality, and you will feel that it has come to you with the utmost ease. When you manifest multiple desires at once, you must be patient, but not in the way that most people understand patience. Patience in this context is not about waiting for something to happen. It is about remaining in the knowing that what you have asked for is already on its way to you. You are not waiting for something to come. You are living as though it is already here. And as you live in this state of already having, the world will reflect that belief. Things will begin to unfold in ways that you never imagined, and you will see the evidence of your manifestation everywhere you look. The key to manifesting multiple things at once is to realize that the universe operates according to the laws of consciousness. It is not bound by time, space, or limitation. The universe is a mirror of your own thoughts and beliefs. The more you align yourself with the feeling of having it all, the more quickly the universe will bring it to you. It is all about shifting your consciousness to the reality of your desires, to the state of having them now. And as you step into this awareness, you will find that the world around you begins to shift as well. People, circumstances, opportunities, all will align with the new reality you have created. The more you believe in your own power, the more the universe will reflect that belief back to you. And as you continue to live from the state of already having, you will find that things unfold with increasing ease and grace. The universe is not a place of struggle or hardship. It is a place of infinite potential. And when you align yourself with this truth, you will find that your desires manifest effortlessly. You are the creator of your reality. You have the power to manifest anything, at any time, and in any way you desire. The only limitation is the one you place on yourself. The moment you let go of those limitations, the moment you expand your consciousness to include everything you desire, the world will begin to reflect that expansion. You will see that all your desires are already fulfilled. And as you continue to embody the feeling of already having them, they will unfold in your life with ease. There is no limit to what you can create. You are unlimited, and the world around you is a reflection of the power within you. Embrace that power, trust in it, and know that all your desires are already yours. As you continue to deepen your understanding of your true power, you will begin to recognize that your desires are not things to be worked for. They are not rewards for good behavior or achievements. They are the natural expression of who you are. Your desires are a reflection of your consciousness, your inner world, and they exist because you are capable of bringing them into reality. The more you embrace this truth, the more effortless the manifestation process becomes. The more you live in the state of having your desires now, the more they begin to unfold in your life. The world outside of you is simply a mirror of the world inside of you. If you want to change what you see in the world, you must first change the way you see yourself. The moment you believe that everything you desire is already yours, the world around you will begin to reflect that belief. Your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions are the architects of your reality. What you believe is true about yourself and your desires will be mirrored back to you. When you live in the state of knowing that everything is already yours, you begin to see evidence of this truth all around you. Your reality shifts effortlessly, and you will find that your desires come into being in ways you could never have predicted. One of the greatest misconceptions people have about manifesting is that they believe it takes time for their desires to manifest in the physical world. They think that because they cannot see their desires in front of them immediately, they are not truly manifesting. But in truth, time is an illusion. Time is simply a reflection of your beliefs. If you believe that it takes time for your desires to manifest, then that belief will create the experience of time. If you believe that your desires are already here now, then time will not stand in your way. The universe does not operate according to the laws of time and space. These are merely constructs that exist in the material world. In the realm of consciousness, everything exists now, and when you align your consciousness with that truth, your desires must come into your experience instantly. Another misconception that people often have is that they must work hard for their desires to manifest. They believe that in order to receive their desires, they must put in significant effort, struggle, and sacrifice. But this belief stems from a limited understanding of the manifestation process. Manifestation is not about effort. It is about alignment. It is not about doing. When you align your inner world with the reality of your desires, everything begins to fall into place naturally. You do not need to strive or push. You do not need to work harder than you are already working. You simply need to step into the state of already having, to believe that what you desire is already yours. Once you do this, the universe will respond by bringing your desires to you with ease. Manifestation is about feeling the reality of your desires in the present moment. It is not about wishing or hoping that something will happen someday. It is about knowing deep within yourself that it is already happening now. Your desires are already present in the realm of consciousness, and when you live from that knowing, the physical world must begin to reflect this truth. Your desires are not something that you have to wait for. They are already here, in the realm of thought, in the realm of feeling, in the realm of consciousness. And as you continue to embody the feeling of already having them, the physical world will catch up to match the frequency of your inner world. In conclusion, the power to manifest multiple desires at once lies within the recognition that you are not separate from your desires. They are an expression of your own consciousness. When you embrace the knowing that everything you wish for is already yours, you align your inner world with the outer world, and the universe responds accordingly. There is no limit to what you can manifest, no hierarchy of importance, no need to prioritize one desire over another. Everything you desire is equally available to you, because all desires flow from the same infinite source, your own limitless consciousness. The key is to live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to assume with unwavering faith that all of your desires are already here, right now, in this moment. When you do this, you dissolve any barriers between you and your desires, and you open the door to a life of unlimited possibilities. The world around you will reflect the abundance, health, love, success, and joy that you have already assumed as your truth. You are the creator of your reality, and the moment you claim your desires as already yours, the universe must unfold to bring them to you. There will be a complete unfolding that unfolds, that notices what's already yours to believe in. You will be like nature. The universe is always responding to your inner state, and when you live in the fullness of your desires, you will witness the magic of manifestation unfold before your eyes.